Hey guys, Joe of the Joe Madden Sports Podcast. I'm joined this afternoon by someone who really doesn't need an introduction at all. Shaun King, Big King, Vsin here, the real Shaun King on Twitter. Shaun, how's the morning treating you?
It's good. I'm out here in the mean streets of Vegas doing the good Lord's work early in the morning. But I'm excited to be on the Joe Madden show. Follow you on Twitter. Excellent follow. If you guys don't follow her, join the Joe Madden fan club. I'm a member. Come on the side with the cool people.
I love it. What's happening down on the Vegas Strip today?
It's always something going on. We had one of our guys in town. I guess there's 60,000 real estate people that are here. Like they had some kind of big convention. I know EDC was going on. A couple other things going on. I mean, in Vegas you almost have to take like a what's going on in Vegas class and if you don't really stay locked in, you'll miss it. But I try and miss most of what's going on, so they don't have an excuse for not attending.
I love it. Well, it's definitely the weather's heating up down there. I can't wait to get down to Vegas. I know you have so much going on with everything you're doing right now. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you have on your plate?
Yeah, so I host a weekly talk show that you can watch on YouTube television and on Fubo, and you can also download the Vsin VSIN app, and you can listen for free, or you can subscribe and get access to Puckstradamus, which is my hockey alias, and our picks, and we, post our best plays, across the network daily. It's called the Nightcap. I host with a guy named Tim Murray. It's from 7 to 10 p.m. Monday through Friday Pacific time. So if you guys are ever in Vegas, there's a wonderful new casino in downtown called Circa. It's the best sports book in the entire world. I'm not talking in Vegas. I'm talking in the world. And our studio is connected to that sports book. So we can do the show and watch all the games and just have a glorious time. So that's what I got going on right now. Of course, I still do a lot of public speaking. I call local high school football game here. I'm working on a big announcement for college football season. So life keeps me busy, but hey, when you're doing something you love, it doesn't really seem like work.
That's what I was going to say. I was going to say, how cool is it? Every night you get to walk into that casino, you get to watch those games, do your show. It definitely wouldn't seem like any work at all, Shaun.
It's not. It's a lot of fun, and especially because the people there are really special people. Like the owner of Circa comes on the Nightcap from 7 to 8 every Friday.
That's awesome.
So like that's the case. It's almost like a family, environment there. So that makes it even more special because sometimes you go to work and it feels like work. This doesn't feel like work at all. So shout out to everybody at Vsin. Shout out to everybody at Circa. And when Joe, you get down there, we'll have you on the show. Come in studio. You can tell us what's going on in the mean streets of Alberta.
Okay, I can't wait. Nothing as exciting as it's going on in Vegas, that's for sure. But we've got sunshine today, so I am happy to hear that. Now, how do you think yourself being an ex-athlete helps you in this industry?
Well, I think like any industry, you get out of it what you put into it. So I think the fact that, I had to work for everything in my life, like I wasn't like this entitled, athlete that always had it the best. I had to earn it. A lot of people doubted me, and I had to overcome, other people's opinions by, my performance and my hard work. So, as an athlete in the media business, like if you apply that same work ethic, I think it gives you an even greater opportunity for success because you already have the unique experiences. And for me, I played and I coached. So I have those, but I also put the work in, Joe. I think that's what allows me to be as candid and as honest as I am on my show because, a lot of people don't understand this, but professional athletes don't really have a problem if you're telling the truth. Their issues and their sensitivity comes from, when people get on platforms and spew information that's not accurate. So I try and make sure that I'm telling the truth because the truth doesn't have emotions. It's just the truth. And I tell the guys that all the time and they get it. They don't always like it, but they get it. They respect it. And I think that's as a person that's going to cover sports, that's what you want. You don't want to be liked by the pro athletes. You want to be respected for the fact that you do your job the right way and that you check things before you report them. That when you're talking about their performance, you actually did watch the game and are
Yeah.
given an accurate, evaluation.
Absolutely. Now, I know you like the NHL. What are you thinking with the Calgary Flames and the Edmonton Oilers tonight? Any hope for my Calgary Flames? Don't break my heart here.
Hey, listen, all I'm saying is, Connor McJesus came to town. The sun all of a sudden came out. As Larry Bird said about Michael Jordan, this is God in ice skates. The playoffs that he's having is like, it's ridiculous. Like, in a league full of superstars, he's outshined them all. And then you get a Vander Kane. I think he had a hat trick in game 3.
Yeah.
We haven't even talked about Draisaitl. I can never pronounce his name right. And Himes. So they just have so much firepower. And I don't know what happened to Calgary. Like, I really thought Calgary was going to be the main obstacle for Colorado. And since the playoffs started, they just haven't performed like they did towards, the end of the season, where they look like a real title contender. So, I know the Calgary fans probably don't want to hear this, but don't get mad at me. Get mad at your team. They're the ones that haven't been playing, up to expectations. And then they ran into a buzzsaw, and unfortunately, I think the public wants to see Connor McDavid and this Oilers firepower go up against the Avs, and their offensive juggernaut, led by McKinnon and crew. So, but Edmonton has to win game 4, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely an interesting game to see how Calgary answers back tonight, because they got schooled in that last game for sure. Connor McDavid, I wish we could say he's not going to be known by every single hockey fan out there. He's known by everyone right now, just playing, like you said, absolutely phenomenal hockey and dominating on the ice. Any thoughts?
And that's hard to do for a hockey player. For a hockey player to kind of become like a transcendent superstar, that's hard.
Yep.
Because in America, hockey is such a niche sport. You can think back over history and Mario Lemieux, Wayne Gretzky, Messier. It's not a lot of those guys has really been able to become superstars. So I think Connor is on that path, which speaks volumes about how good he really is.
Yeah, he most definitely is. How did you get into liking hockey? You always just been a general sports fan of everything, or?
Hockey, I'm from St. Petersburg, Florida, which is like Tampa.
Okay.
And so when we got the Lightning, that's when I started to get into it. And then we won a Stanley Cup in 2004, and I kind of had met, Vinny LeCavier and Hobby Boulin and most of the guys. So, knowing them, then I started kind of getting into it. And then the fact that the Lightning are unbelievably good year in and year out. So, now I've kind of really, really gotten into it. So hopefully we can win 3 years in a row. I do. I think, yeah, because here's what I think happened, Joe. Lord Stanley likes beaches and palm trees. Yep. And so he's been down in Tampa for 2 years. He's like, why would I leave?
Absolutely. There's no reason to leave Tampa. Beautiful place to be. Okay.
Oh, yeah, it is.
Absolutely. Now, what did you think of your Vegas Golden Knights this season? I'm not sure if they're your team, but definitely your home team.
So I have Vegas behind what I call the red tape currently.
Okay.
And when I put a team behind the red tape on the nightcap, that means I will not wager with them for a 12-month period. So
okay.
Vegas disappointed me so much down the stretch that I put them in purgatory. They played like some chumps. Dallas was trying to hand them a playoff berth, and they just kept dropping the plate, talking about the dish is hot. So I thought they made some bad moves. I think letting the coach go that's at the Rangers now was a bad move. Letting Reeves go, who kind of brought that physicality to the program. I'm not a big fan of the goalie. Then Eichel came back, but he wasn't close to the pre-injury Eichel. So, I just think Vegas, we got some rebuilding to do before we're going to be back, on that platform that we were initially, where they were competing for a Stanley Cup.
Yeah, definitely. I think we'll be contenders here in the future. Have the talent, and with the right coaching staff, I'm sure you guys will get back there. Now,
I hope they do. I'm a Lightning fan, so if they don't like it in Vegas, tough.
that's okay. You can be a Lightning fan. It's definitely a good way to go in the league if you're looking for a winning team. What about the NBA? What are your thoughts on this game tonight that we've got on our hands?
I'll be honest, Joe, this has been the most boring playoffs, I mean, in a while. I mean, it seems like we can't even get a competitive game.
Yeah.
Like, all of the games are so lopsided, so I'm just hoping that it's competitive. I just want to see a game where the fourth quarter actually matters. I was high on the Mavs. I actually bet them pre-flop to win the NBA championship, but it looks like I might be a year early.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think Tim Hardaway Jr. being injured this series, finally, that's when it caught up with them, because they've needed a secondary scorer after Luka, just to, create some consistency when Golden State goes on these runs, because the others just haven't been able to make shots. 11 of 45 from three in game one. 11 of 48 in game one, 13 of 45 in game three. So, live by the three, die by the three. Right now, it looks like they're planning a funeral in Dallas. So I just hope that we can get a competitive game tonight.
Yeah, it would be great to see a competitive one. Who knows, with Dallas's backs against the wall, if Luka can get some support, we probably could have a competitive one. Any thoughts on who takes it all in the NBA?
If Boston can get by Miami, I really think Boston.
Okay.
And my reasoning is I just don't feel like Golden State's really been tested. They found a way to win the game early in Memphis, and then Ja Morant got hurt. They had they're playing a Dallas team that can't make a three-pointer, whereas Boston, I think that Brooklyn and Milwaukee series, I think, really gave them the confidence they'll need when they go up against Golden State, if it ends up Golden State, Boston, to actually bring a championship back to Beantown. And I'm not really a Boston sports fan, but hey, I like Jason Tatum because I'm a diehard Duke fan, so I'm pulling for Tatum, to get him a ring. But I do think Boston has the perimeter length and perimeter scoring to give Golden State a lot of trouble. But they got to beat the Heat first, and who knows? He did in the years the number one seed in the East, but I think Boston over Golden State in the finals.
Okay, well, I can't wait for these finals to see. I think we'll see more competitive series in the next stage. But Shaun, I know you have a lot on your plate today, so I'm going to let you wrap up here. We have football season right around the corner, it feels like. I'm sure you're excited for that, so we'll have to get you back on the show for that time as well. But can you remind everyone where to find you on all of your socials, as well as the time and where to follow you on the Nightcap?
So if you want to follow me on Twitter, it's at Real Shaun King. Somebody had already taken the at Shaun King when I got on Twitter, so it's at Real Shaun King. My Instagram is at Coach Shaun King. That's SHAUN. You can watch the show on the Vsin network, VSIN. Download the app or follow us on YouTube TV or Fubo TV. And make sure you guys support Joe too. Joe does a great job. Thanks for having me on. Sorry, I was in a Flash shirt, but my son bought me this, so let me give him a shout out. That's his favorite character. And I was driving. Next time I have to be somewhere static. But thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Appreciate your time too. Funny enough, my son's favorite character is the Flash as well. He actually dressed up as him a couple years for Halloween up here. So quite
this
funny.
Is so funny because my son asked me one day, Daddy, who's faster, Flash or Sonic? And it was like this huge debate we got into. But oh man,
so
thanks for having me. So I mean, Flash, obviously. Yeah.
Okay.
You don't even know how fast he runs. He just shows up. He goes from one spot to the other. Sonic's legs are circling, going around.
That's true. That's a really good debate to have. I think I agree with you there. You make a good point. Okay,
All right.
Shaun.
Have a great day.
You too. All the best. Thank you. You guys make sure you go over and give Shaun a follow. Check him out on the Nightcap on Vsin. You guys, I will be back later at the bottom of the hour with another Joe Madden Sports podcast. Thanks, Shaun. Have a fantastic one.